5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows.
They've done studies, 60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
You are not machines. You are not cattle. You are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts.
Do you follow politics, Mr. Shatner?
Do I look like I follow politics?
Or do they teach you to talk like this in some Panama City sailor want a hump bar? Or is this getaway day and your last shot at his whiskey? Sell crazy someplace else. We're all stocked up here.
All right. The wait is over. Welcome to the Fix Radio Show, 239-791-7002. That's 239-791-7002. Give us a call if you dare. If you want to drop us an email, certainly feel free at fixradioshow@gmail.com. That's fixradiogmail.com. Tripod Bill doing his magic, and of course with his trusty assistant, Peggy's behind there. And of course, they're always smart as can be. My research department. Go ahead.
I need a raise.
Mary.
I need more money.
Francis. You wearing a bark off a tree, woman.
So badly, and people don't even know it.
You don't even know it.
They don't even know it.
Yeah, you don't know it. Anyhow, let's just get right to it. The Democrats had a tough day. Again, lost another election. 0 for 4. They lost in Montana. They just keep losing. They lost in Georgia in the special election. Karen Handel mopped up Jon Ossoff, and he worked his ass off. It's amazing. Yeah, they're pissed off.
Did you see all the money that he raised?
Yeah, another high stakes election opportunity lost. The most expensive House race. History ended in a win for Karen Handel, narrowly defeating Democrat Jon Ossoff in the special election for the Georgia's traditionally red 6th district. Ossoff and Handel collectively raised a whopping, between them both, of course, almost $60 million, according to the Center for Responsible Politics. I didn't know there was such a thing for a race that was so widely seen as a referendum on Donald Trump's presidency. If you saw that, if you heard all the polls. The polls. They had, again, I don't know who's running these polls. Every time I see a poll, the Democrats are winning by 5 to 6 points. Every time you see a poll, it's the GOP's losing. Every time you see a poll, it's terrible. They don't have a chance. And then every time it comes in, they always win. So I don't know what's going on. The Democrats said
surprise parties.
Yeah, the Democrat Congressional Campaign Committee said they spent at least $5 million themselves. So on the race. And they even said that he vastly outperformed Karen. And, all I can say is I don't know what happened. It's stunning.
It was the weather.
They did.
It was the weather.
They did. They actually said that on CNBC, that they said, could it be possibly that the weather did this? As if the weather somehow influenced the Republicans to go. It's like having a rainy day on a football field, and you go, well, we lost because it rained. You both got rained on. You both played in the rain. So don't say it's just because it rained. You lost, and they still don't get it. They still don't understand why they're losing.
We'll give them another day or two. They'll come up with a few more reasons why.
No. It just damaged them completely. They have to come up with a better plan. They just have no strategy. Okay, they have no strategy. By the time the race was called for Karen Handel Tuesday night, with about 99% of the districts reporting she had won by 5 percentage points. After all that hype about how she was going to lose, and she won by 5. She didn't lose by 5.
Right.
So it's hard to believe that they spent that much money. He spent that much time, and it's if I was a Democrat, I'd be like, oh my God, what are we going to do? They spent alone almost $30 million. On the Democrats dumped everything into this. This was like a last ditch effort. Please, let's help us. Please, we got to win one. We got to win one, and they came up short again. So I just don't understand what the problem is. The problem is the Democrats just don't get it. Look, I know it's hard to believe, but you're Nancy Pelosi and Maxine Waters. They're like, as long as you keep them in, you might as well just give it up because they're never going to win. Nancy Pelosi is a time gone by. She had her moment in the sun. She did her thing with the health care, which she rammed down everybody's throat. And now, of course, they're complaining because the Republicans are doing the same thing. And just recently, they just said today that they had the votes and they were going to come up maybe 2 or 3 short to pass the new health care. So let's see what happens. A lot of constituents are out there going to try to do what they can to get the vote passed. But if it doesn't pass, then we're going to be stuck with Obamacare. And again, I am not a fan of Obamacare, and I'm not a fan of the Republican plan either. So hopefully they come up with a decent plan. Right now, it looks like they haven't come up with any kind of plan. And of course, they held it secret, just like the Democrats did. It was all in secret, behind closed doors. And what the Democrats, of course, said, as you know, they said, you want to know what's in it? You have to pass it. And now the Democrats are getting a taste of their own medicine, and they're having a fit with this. You know what I mean? So
they're not liking it. They're not liking it.
No, there's no real message there. There's no real nothing there for them. And they have to change their whole motto. They have to sell their product better. I mean, when Clinton was in there, all she did was talk about women, and then she shifted to like a kid who's in families that are over here. Then he went back to women. I like women, but come on, enough's enough. We got other problems. You've got all kind of issues around here in this country, not just women. So I'm not gonna sit here and hash them all over. I got enough women problems. I don't need any more problems. I got one right to my side. It just gives me a fit,
Please.
Killing me. So anyhow, let's just see how this pans out, and the Republicans are going to have to do hardly nothing but just keep floating along, and hopefully Pelosi will be there, hopefully Maxine Waters will be there, all these losers, and then what they'll do, they'll just mow them over because they got no plan, they got no face, they got no future, they got nobody. Who's going to go against them? Where's Joe Biden now? I bet you wish you had Joe. I bet you wish Joe would have ran. Looking back now, you would have thought, oh, if I'd have known now what I know then, Joe should have been our man. But you all just laughed at Joe and thought Joe was just Uncle Joe. He would have probably have won. He may have won because Donald didn't win by much, man. He only won by a smidge. So it wasn't like he won by a landslide. So if Joe would have ran, he probably would have won. Isn't that crazy to think Joe Biden could have been president?
That's kind of scary, too.
I like Joe. I just don't think he'd be presidential material. I think he's great where he was at. I thought he did a good job. But it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the midterms when they finally roll around, because these guys are 0-5. They keep on thinking they're going to win election. They never win election. 239-791-7002. 239-791-7002. Let's switch the topic right now. Have you seen the subject about the Civil War statues being removed? Have you been watching it?
No, I haven't. I'm sorry.
To remove or not to remove? That's the question. How history in the USA is fairly new, as you know, and we've only been a nation for like 230 years. So, since 1776? Since then, we've had many statues erected for various reasons. Of course, many were done in the South. So now we're over 200 years later. Many people want to remove and take down many of these Southern statues and eliminate them. The long history of all the nations and the wars, the good, the bad, the ugly. We need to accept the fact that not all monuments and statues are always going to be showing you something that you may like. You may not like some of the stuff you see. Not quite yet, William. We'll get to that. But history is what it is. We should not erase it, leave statues and monuments alone, okay? Many of these figures are art. Many are erected with revered honor. Should we destroy everything that reflects our history? So are we no better than ISIS when they went into the museums and destroyed many of the artifacts far, far back as Plato and before BC? So we have a Confederate obelisk. What's so horrible? Why should it be removed? Really? The big argument is it represents the Southern white owners who dominated the slaves and treated them horribly. I get it. But that isn't the only story. We all see it in different ways. So it got me thinking about just how bad monuments are, like the ones in New Orleans that was erected and taken down and removed. It was originally erected to honor Jefferson Davis, who of course was the Southern president, and in the Civil War. But now the city plans to removing more monuments. Of course, a statue of Davis and those of the Confederate greats, Beauregard, Robert E. Lee. There even is an issue in Lee County in the judges' chambers in Lee County, Florida. They have a picture. They're trying to take him down there.
Yeah.
So
So
it's a whole
county that he's named after,
right?
And they want to take it down because they're looking at it and they're
saying it was bad, right?
What's actually
like changing
there.
the Redskin name or something like that. It's bad
because it's offensive to Indians.
Yeah. Well, last year somebody slathered the Beauregard in red paint and vandalized it, and of course the Confederate sympathizers and fans of the statue have been flocking to the city, trying to stop this. What other structures and monuments do you think of that should pass the test of being fair? Okay, so let's go to the one in Miami. There's one in Miami that I hope a tripod can pull up. It says the Miami one. Oh, there it is. Oh, isn't that a gem? Huh? Look at that. That just has a picture of all the Jews in that were burned up in Auschwitz screaming for help. That's just beautiful, huh, guys? And we're gonna keep that. Keep that? But we got to take an obelisk down because it has a guy on there, Jefferson Davis?
Well, they did.
What about the Roman Colosseum? It was built by slaves. Are we tearing them down too?
They did cut down the tree there in Mulberry where they used to hang
That's
everybody.
different. This is a statue. This isn't a hanging tree, for God's sake.
But,
what about the Romans?
You got to start somewhere.
Oh, please, the Romans. Okay? I mean, what about the pyramids? They were built by slaves. Are we tearing them down too now?
Well, no, of course not.
Okay.
It took them way too long to get them up.
Let's look at that one that Tripod first had from Fogger Park in Oslo. It's a beautiful place. It's filled with a great number of statues. It captures the beauty, has the little babies and everything.
Uh-huh.
Oh, isn't that a gem?
Oh, my.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just the beauty of the naked man kicking the
some
living
angles,
crap
it
out of
actually looks
babies.
like a frog.
He's kicking the crap out of babies, and that's not offensive? Huh?
Well, yeah.
Oh, yeah. But hey, I'm going to be like Sylvester Stallone here. Hey, it's offensive to me, too. Hey.
I can't tell what it is. I apologize.
It's a guy who's kicking the crap out of babies,
Okay.
and that's supposed to be good.
From my viewpoint, it looks like a frog.
My point is this, unless you have frog babies. Look, the point is, anything can offend anybody. We can't just keep tearing stuff down because it offends you. Hey, but wait. There's more. That's right. Who doesn't love a little statue? Show them with a baby. Oh, yeah. Here's a statue of a little baby being eaten.
Oh, my
goodness. You can barely tell that depicts the man snacking on a few bags of babies. Who doesn't like that in their city, huh? Well, it's called the child eater, just to make sure you didn't get his point, okay?
Well,
nobody seems to know the exact story, where this grand point started, but
the point of, I'm saying, why would they even put that up there?
Again, my point is this: if it offends you, you just can't take stuff down. Who knows what all the artists
close your eyes and walk away.
It's horrified, but it's it's expression. It's artist. It's history. It's whatever they were doing.
Oh, we're going back to that expression thing.
Well, you don't get it yet. Hold on. There's another one called coming up here, and it's about more of a festive time. Okay. I'm sure we all like the picture of Santa Claus. Who doesn't appreciate Santa Claus? A statue like this, right? Not only does this tree look like a sex toy that's ready to give you the gift of embarrassing trip to the emergency room, but damn, really? If that doesn't look like some kind of butt plug, come on. That's craziness.
Oh, my.
That's right.
And people go and they do what when they look at this?
I guess they pucker up tight. You know? It only took about 2 seconds to look at that and say, whoa. Whoa. I'm not falling asleep tonight.
Backing away.
You know?
Not walking away.
The name of it is Kabuter Butt Plug. So
get away.
Let's not be so yeah, it is. So let's not be so quick to criticize our own Civil War monuments and statues.
Thank you.
We have some stuff that ain't so sweet. I got it, but plug. Get it? That's not a butt plug, that's a plug butt. I mean, who wouldn't want to put that? You know, that goes along with the one peeing on the little boys peeing. That's always a good one. There's one called The Awakening, and we don't have a picture of it. You don't have to worry about tripod. It's in D.C. It has the picture of this guy sinking in quicksand screaming because he doesn't get justice. I mean, okay, I got it. It's art. I don't mind it. But don't tell us to take down the statue of an obelisk because it has Jefferson Davis on it. That's nuts.
It is nuts.
Well, this is a quick show, but I want one more topic I want to get on. This guy, great shot. This guy gets the Attaboy Award. You know, the Canadian soldier in Iraq that's killed an ISIS militant from more than 2 miles away.
Amazing.
Shattered the record
amazing.
for a confirmed sniper kill in military history. According to Toronto's Globe and newspaper, the gun specialist from the elite Joint Task Force 2 achieved the feat with a shot from the high-rise during an operation within the past 30 days. The shot in question actually disrupted a douche, whatever they call themselves, attack on Iraqi forces. And so kudos to him, man. The other record that was held was from an English guy, and it was just short of 2 miles. But I'm glad to see our allies are stepping up and taking some shots.
That
must be one of those guys.
Shot.
That must be one of them guys in Calgary, as they say at Calgary, up there in Calgary, shooting bears in the mountains, man. Because this guy picked it off, and it was amazing shot. So
very amazing.
It was 3,450 feet meter shot, which took about 10 seconds to reach its target. So it took 10 seconds for the bullet just to finally get there. And they say it was even verified in video by a video camera and other data. So it's not something we're just making up. It's not fake news, okay?
Right. No.
The shot in question was just amazing. So kudos to that guy. I think they held his name. I tried to find his name. If you can find a tripod, feel free to jump right in. But I tried to find his name. They probably kept it quiet like they do the Navy SEALs and other people like that. They don't want everybody to get too much. You know, that reminds me of when I had my you know, I don't like to brag about myself often, but every once in a while his name was no, it's another guy. Greg Harrison had the other thing. I had a moment when I was sitting here at the studio and I heard some rustling outside, and I snatched my gun out and I ran outside. You were here, and I ran outside, and I thought somebody was trying to break in, and I jumped to the ground and I snuggled over.
Whoa, wait. No.
What?
No, you didn't jump to the ground.
What do you mean?
You tripped on your pants and fell.
That's not part of the story. The point of the story is I crawled looking for this monster that was outside.
You weren't. It wasn't a monster. I remember the situation.
It was dark. It was in the bushes.
Had me a little bit mixed up about what you were talking about.
No, don't. This is my moment. And I pulled the shot, and I shot a one-shot kill. It was a one-shot kill.
It was a BB gun.
It was a Red Ryder. It was still a pump action. It was the best shot in the world.
And it wasn't a monster.
200 yards away when I shot him.
Oh, my God, it was a crow.
Okay, so it was a big crow. Either way, it was a good shot.
It was a good shot.
Hit him right. Did I kill him or not?
You killed him.
All right.
It was a one-shot kill.
Oh, I got potential, boys.
Yes.
I got potential. I'll get a gold star tonight.
May
not be an ISIS guy, but it was an ISIS bird. That's what it was.
Keep practicing with the Red Ryder.
That's
You'll
right.
get him.
That's right. Right here. Peace out, boys. Get your Red Ryder for your kids. Get them ready. Get them psyched up. We're coming in. North Koreans are on the menu. All right. Don't forget, 239-791-7002. Give us a call if we don't pick up. Leave a message if you want to fix radio show message. Fixradioshow@gmail.com. Fixradioshow@gmail.com. We'll see you this weekend. Peace.